Hello, everyone. You're welcome back to my channel again. Whew, I know it's been a while. I'm very, very sorry for the absence. It's just been very crazy here. I've just been busy with a whole lot of stuff. But hey, you are welcome back again to my channel. And today I am going to be doing something slightly different. So today I'm going to be having an interview with a lady. She's going to be introducing herself shortly to everyone. This lady just recently relocated from Ghana to the UK as a maths teacher. Now, as some of you will know, I tend to specialize a lot in overseas teachers relocation and all of that. So, Vivian, which is her name, so she recently came into the UK as a maths teacher and is now teaching here. So we're just going to be, I'm just going to be interviewing her today so we can get to hear about her process, how she came to the UK, how she found her job, and all of that. Okay, so without much beating about, I'm just going to let her introduce herself and we begin. Um, I hope this is very useful to you. Okay. Okay.
Okay, my name is Vivian. I'm a Teodofia. I'm a mathematics teacher, currently teaching in England and come from Ghana.
Good. Well, you are welcome, Vivian.
Thank
You are
you.
absolutely welcome. Right. So Vivian, I just want to know. I just want to ask a bit more information. So now you got your QTS.
Mm-hmm.
You've come to the UK, and you're now teaching. Okay. So I mean, I've talked about this in my channels and how to get your QTS and all of that. So we're not going to talk about that. Okay. We're just going to go straight to what happened. So tell us what next after the QTS. What did you have to do?
Oh, okay. So after the QTS, all that I did was I applied for my let's see, my kind of I applied for work actually. I had so many options. Right, currently teaching in England and come from Ghana.
Good. Well, you are welcome, Vivian.
Thank
You are
you.
absolutely welcome. Right. So Vivian, I just want to know. I just want to ask a bit more information. So now you got your QTS.
Mm-hmm.
You've come to the UK, and you're now teaching. Okay. So I mean, I've talked about this in my channels and how to get your QTS and all of that. So we're not going to talk about that. Okay. We're just going to go straight to what happened. So tell us what next after the QTS. What did you have to do?
Oh, okay. So after the QTS, all that I did was I applied for my let's see, my kind of I applied for work actually. I had so many options right after QTS. You know, the website, the DFE website
Mhm,
introduces you to the teaching vacancies website, yeah, where you could
mhm,
get um, schools to
mhm,
apply to. So
mhm.
that is where I started off from. I
Mhm.
applied to a number of schools.
Okay. When you say
And
number, like how many? Give us a rough
oh,
idea.
I applied to so many, about almost 100 of schools. Yeah,
Wow.
number of schools.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I I
Impressive.
actually tried a lot. Yes.
Okay.
And
Okay.
aside applying to individual schools via their website, I also applied to schools via You Teach website
Okay.
and TESS. hmm
Okay.
And I
So
also
you teach is
applied
a,
to
let me just understand. So you teach is like is it an agency or is it a job platform?
okay. So I applied to agencies. I would come back to agencies, but with websites,
Okay.
I had TESS and e-teach. Sorry about the first one, e-teach.
Okay. You teach.
E
Okay.
and the word teach. Yeah.
Mhm,
So that is another
mhm,
website that I applied to
mhm,
number of schools on there.
mhm,
And with
mhm,
agencies, I had a
mhm,
number of agencies that I also applied to because I thought of just not limiting myself to only few websites. Yes. So I
Mm-hmm.
tried a number of agencies. If you would mind, can I
Mm-hmm.
mention those agencies?
Feel free. Yeah.
All right. So I applied to um, Quantum Scholars and Time Plan Education,
Mm-hmm.
Engage Education, Red
Mm-hmm.
Teachers, Milestone Education, WRE Education, and lots of them that I've even forgotten. And
Mm-hmm.
lucky for me, as I was applying, actually, I
Mm-hmm.
saw on these agencies' website that I had to prepare financially, because if I should get a job offer and the
Mm-hmm.
school is not able to sponsor me right away financially, then I have to push myself. Yes. So what I
Okay.
did was I prepared financially. Aside putting
Okay.
in my applications, I prepared financially.
Okay.
So,
So when you mean prepare, so I've got two questions. The first one, I'm
mhm,
going to come back to this prepare financially one. Now, when you are
right.
applying for the jobs, right?
Hmm.
The jobs, did they clearly state that this was for overseas teachers, or it's just a generic job and you applied? So was there any indication that they were going to take in an overseas teacher?
Okay. During my time of application, and specifically with the agencies, they
Hmm.
were in for overseas teachers. With the agencies, they specified that they are looking for overseas teachers. And
Okay.
with the
Hmm.
websites that I mentioned earlier, with those ones, there wasn't any indication. They didn't specify. It is
Okay.
recently that I got to know that they specify on the teaching website. Yes, but
Okay.
during my time of application, it wasn't specified at all.
So
So I
you
just
just
had
applied
to
for a job.
apply. Yes,
Okay.
not
Okay.
knowing whether they
Okay.
will take me as an overseas teacher or not.
Okay. Did you email afterwards to say I applied, I'm overseas, blah blah blah, or you just applied and left it at that?
Oh, I applied, and after a while, if I don't get to hear from them, I email them back to inquire. Yeah,
Okay.
some of them always give me the unfortunately messages, but
Mhm.
that didn't pull me down. I had to
Yeah.
persist. Yes, I had to
Okay.
persist and
Okay. Okay.
did.
And and then my second question is, now going back to when you talked about you had to apply financially. So my
Hmm.
question is, when you mean preparing yourself financially, was that to do with visa and your flight, or was there any other um, financial implications apart from these that you needed to sort out?
Okay, there wasn't any other apart from my visa costs, relocation costs. Yes, that was what I meant by preparing financially.
Okay, okay. I mean, I don't want to ask how much, but I'm sure people can find this information on. I'm
Yeah,
sure people can find this information on the UK website, the Doggo website. So
yes, of
so
course.
but then your advice is prepare yourself financially because the school might not sponsor you immediately. Is that the case?
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
please.
Okay. And let's clarify, this is secondary, so this is not primary, this is secondary sector, not primary, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
This is solely secondary school teaching. And remember, it's open for only math teachers, science
Okay.
teachers, and foreign language teachers for now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right then. So we've done the application, we've applied for jobs, and now I think the next thing will be the interview. So just tell us, when you eventually applied, you got let's imagine you got a response from one of the prospective employers saying, yes, we're happy to do that. Now, what was your
Mhm.
interview like? Did you have an interview? What was it like? Was it online? Just talk us through the process, please.
Okay. So after applying for a couple of to many schools, and I had one interview directly from a school, and it
Okay.
was an online interview.
Okay.
And what transpired actually was they sent
Mhm.
me a link that I joined
Mhm.
online, and we had the interview. with the interview questions that were asked, there are a lot. So if you see me looking down, I would be just referring to my diary.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine.
So they were asking all about how I became a teacher, what
Okay.
brought me into teaching profession, and
Mhm.
they also asked of my number of years of experience. They also asked about classroom management, my classroom management styles. They also asked about my approaches to teaching students with different abilities. They also asked me about child safeguarding. And before that interview, I had a certificate, an online certificate on a child safeguarding course that I did, and it really
Okay.
helped me. Yeah,
Wow.
it's really
Wow.
helped me.
Okay. And this is an online thing, so people can. Is it paid? Do people have to pay for it, or is it a free course?
Oh, it's a free course.
Oh wow.
The DFE website has one specific,
Okay.
another one even on prevent. Aside
Mm-hmm.
safeguarding, they
Mm-hmm.
have another one called prevent, and
Mm-hmm.
aspiring teachers could just take up those online
Yeah.
courses. They
Yeah.
as actually about a couple of hours and you'll be done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Let me
you can
just. Yeah.
download your certificate right away after having it.
Okay. Let me just clarify for people who are watching. So the prevent
Uh-huh.
is basically a course that has to do with radicalization. So how to spot radicalization and all of that, and what measures you would take to prevent those. If, for instance, you have a student who is showing signs of radicalization, so what do you need to do, and how can you prevent this? So that's just what it means. I just want to explain for the viewers who are watching and thinking, okay, what is prevent? And I'm sure safeguarding. They all know what safeguarding is. So you had to do these two courses online, and a
Mhm.
couple of hours. I know because I have done them several times as well, so that they don't take long. Um, so that's good. So basically, did they ask a question to do with prevent or just safeguarding?
Oh, for my interview, they asked only about safeguarding, but I saw it wise to have prevent as well. Because at
Okay.
the end run, when I got a job offer, I was asked about all the courses I've done, and I added the prevent, and
Wow.
it boosted my, yeah, it boosted my
Kudos to
CV
you.
and
Well
other
done to
things.
you.
Thank you for the
Wow.
compliment.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So after the questions, were those all the questions, or were there more questions that they
There
asked?
were more questions. They
Okay.
asked when I would be able to relocate, and
Okay.
would I be able to come alone, or would I be coming with family, and a whole lot of questions. I can't really remember all of them, but
Wow.
most of it
Wow.
got to do with the work, actually teaching work. Actually, they wanted to know if I am the right candidate. But
Wow.
unfortunately, after that interview, I
Yeah.
didn't hear from them. After a week, I emailed them and they told me, unfortunately, they had another candidate who was
Oh.
their best.
Oh dear.
Don't
Oh
worry.
dear. Oh dear. What
So
a
I
shame.
lost. I
Wow.
actually lost that one.
Oh
And
no. Oh no. And for that, so let's go back to the interview. For that interview, was there any teaching aspects to it, or it's just basically the question aspects? Was there any teaching?
Oh, it was basically the questioning. Yeah.
Okay.
They
Okay.
actually didn't give me anything to teach. Yes.
Okay. 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 So then you
Mm-hmm.
lost that one. You lost that job, or you
Mm-hmm.
didn't get that job. So how did
Yes.
you then get the job that brought you over to the UK? So could
Okay.
you
So
let
after,
know?
yeah, thank you. After that, I had three more interviews from
Oh,
an agency,
okay.
and I had the opportunity to um, have the interview with the heads of school and I think some of their deputies. Three different schools, and not at the same time, different times. Uh-huh. But I also didn't get those. I
Wow.
actually didn't hear from them after the interview as well. I don't know
Wow.
why. To me, I saw that the interview went well, but I
Yeah.
couldn't just hear from them.
Wow. Well, you see, I just want to say for those who are watching, some of my subscribers who get to me and they say, "Oh, I've been applying for a job and I don't know what's going on." You can hear it now. Vivian had loads of interviews, loads before she
Yeah,
eventually got a job. So don't give up. I keep saying to everyone, just keep trying, keep trying. One of it will definitely click. Just keep trying.
yeah.
See, we just have to persevere. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it needs a lot of perseverance, yeah, and a
Mm,
lot of patience on your side
mm,
because
mm.
with me, I applied to lots of them, and my email was filled up with this unfortunately messages. Yeah,
Oh,
I had lots of them.
okay.
I could wake up in the morning and all I
Yeah.
could find was lot of messages. I opened this,
Wow.
unfortunately. I opened the next, unfortunately. So,
That
but
was demoralizing.
yeah, but I kept
Mm,
going on because I knew what I was looking for and I had to persist
mm,
to get that.
mhm, mhm, mhm. Okay. So the one you eventually got, tell us, how did that one happen?
Okay, so I had another interview from an agency, and actually, I had the interview with one member of the agency,
One
that being
second,
part
Vivian.
of the three.
Let me cut you short. I just have a question I need to
Okay.
ask before you go on. So these
All right.
agencies that you're talking about, were they paid agencies? So were you paying them to search for the jobs for you, or was it just you register with them and then they search for a job for you? Was it just totally
Uh,
free or was it paid?
with the agencies that I'm talking about, they were totally free. You just look for them online,
Mm-hmm.
register with them. Some of them may ask for your CV, and just your basic details, your certificates, your transcripts. If you have all of those in your CV, they will just take your CV and you just have to have patience with them. And you keep checking on their website. If there is any vacancy in your subject area, then you just apply for it. That was
Okay.
what I did. It
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's good.
was
Okay, carry
totally
on.
free. It was
Oh,
totally
that's good.
free. No one
Yeah.
took anything from me. Yes, it was
Well,
totally
I'm
free.
glad. I'm glad that you said that because again, I've had people asking me, "Oh, I need to register with this agency, but they're telling me to pay so amount of money." I'm like, I
Oh.
don't know, please. I don't know. I don't work for any agency, so I don't know. But why would I want to pay for something
Yeah.
that is online that I can easily find
Uh-huh.
online with perseverance and persistence that I
Yeah.
can get? So again, we just have to make sure that we don't fall into the wrong hands by paying
Yes.
for something that we can get free. Okay, sorry, carry on,
Yeah.
Vivian. So then, what
All
happened
right.
for to get the
So
job?
the three other interviews that I had with the agency, and I couldn't get those as well.
Mm-hmm.
I had I had an email actually from one person from similar um, agency that contacted me just like, oh, I am from another branch of the same agency, which you had a recent interview with. The person was actually trying to find out if I would be interested in to get a job offer maybe from his branch. With the agencies, they have consultants for different destinations across England.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
maybe if, for instance, I had the first interview with someone from maybe the northern part of England. I had a message from someone else from maybe the west part of England asking me if I would be glad to have an interview at his side to check if
Okay.
I will be lucky or not. Yeah. So
Okay.
I said, yes, I'm open to any part of England, actually. So I went for it. Yes, I
Mm.
went for it. Even though I was so downhearted with the previous experiences with interviews, but I still had to give in and put in my best. So I just went
Okay.
for it. And I never knew. I had no clue that this was my actual one. So,
Oh, God
yeah.
works in mysterious ways.
Yes. I had no clue. I was so downhearted. You know, one funny thing, the very
Hmm.
first interview that I had, the name of the school was St. Gabriel.
What an irony.
Yeah. So I was like, whoa, if my first interview is coming from a St. Gabriel school, then I'm lucky. All angels are on my side.
Oh my goodness.
But so
Wow.
that
Hmm.
day, that last interview, that is the fifth interview, was my lucky one.
Wow.
And
Wow.
right after the interview, I had the interview, closed the interview around 5 p.m. And around 7 p.m., I got a message. I got a call actually that I've been given an offer and come and
Wow.
see what. I
Wow.
didn't know whether I should jump, shout. I had mixed feelings actually.
Oh, I understand the
Because,
feeling.
yeah.
Wow. 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 Amazing. Amazing. And that interview, did it have a teaching aspect or it was just again
Oh,
conversation?
it it was also a conversation. I didn't get the opportunity to teach.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. That
Yeah.
is so amazing. Okay. So after you got sent the offer, what else? What happened next?
Okay, so after the offer,
Mhm.
I had to wait for my certificate of sponsorship. Okay, so I was sent the offer letter actually and was asked to have patience for the certificate of sponsorship because it would take a while because they also have to apply for it from the government. Okay, so I waited, and during the period of waiting, I quickly applied for my visa. Sorry, uh, is it actis active visa nationality English proficiency? It is
Okay.
a requirement before you can apply for a visa.
Is
Okay,
that the
the
IELTS?
act no, that is not IELTS. It is called um, Visa and Nationality English Proficiency
I've
Certificate.
never heard of that one.
Oh, okay. So the website with which you can get that is called ECTIS,
Okay.
ECCTIS. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I quickly applied for that
Mm-hmm.
because without it, you can't apply for visa. Even with the
Okay.
COS and your offer letter,
Mm-hmm.
you can't apply for your visa without that. Okay, so
So
I
let me
quickly got.
understand. Let me
Mhm.
understand. So the actors you apply to. So is that some sort of, because I know there's something I'm trying to remember, which I know does things like that. Is was usually
Mhm.
called UK NARIC before, where they
Yes,
take your qualifications and then they check to see if it sort of matches your GCSE levels or things matches with their
yes.
standard in the UK. So is that what this application was for as well?
That is the annex statement of comparability is different. Okay,
Okay.
as you just said, that one is
Mm.
used to match your qualifications to that of England to check whether it is the same level six, and that is from ENIC. Okay,
Okay.
but what I am referring to is the English proficiency statement. That
Okay.
is to certify that your course or your degree program was done in English,
I
and
see.
it also proves that you understand English, you can speak and
Okay. Okay.
communicate,
I get
yeah,
it.
in English.
Okay. Okay. I get it now. Brilliant.
So I quickly got that,
Mm-hmm.
and about a week time, I had my certificate of sponsorship
Wow.
that was
That
sent
was
to me.
fast.
Yes, yeah.
Mm. Mm.
They
That
were
was
really
really,
fast
really
with
fast.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we so after that, I suppose the next step is to apply for your visa now, isn't it?
Sure, sure.
What documents did you have to put together to be able to apply for your visa? And did the school require any sort of documentation from you apart from the usual?
Okay. Now with the school, they actually didn't require any document from me because they had all the documents they needed already. But they
Mhm.
just asked me to send a scanned copy of my certificates and transcripts for
Mhm.
verification, I think, which I
Okay.
did. Now, with the
Okay.
visa application, the main
Mm.
things that you would need is what I mentioned earlier, the English language proficiency from ECTIS,
Mhm.
and you would also need your own passport booklet from your home country. That is the main key thing.
Okay.
And what else? What else? I'm trying
Bank
to
statements, I
remember all the
suppose,
things.
for your
State,
for
yeah,
your.
statement of comparability as well, and
Mm.
the COS that was issued for me.
Mhm.
So these four things were the main things that I needed for visa application.
What about your bank statements? Did they ask for a bank statement to see that you can um, support yourself financially while you're here?
No, I wasn't asked any bank statement. No, because the COS bank statement comes in when your COS is not certified for maintenance. What I
Okay.
mean by being certified for maintenance is on the certificate of sponsorship, when you check it and you go below to the bottom, the they normally have um, something like a box, a small box. If your sponsor or if your employer ticks that box and
Mm.
says yes against it, then it means that they are accepting to take up the cost for, let's say, accommodation when you come in, okay, for a period of time. It may be a minimum of 1 month or 2 months. Okay. Now, if your certificate of sponsorship is not ticked and it is a no for your certified maintenance, then you should have financial proof. Okay,
Okay.
because I don't with mine,
Mhm.
I had my own ticked yes, meaning that my employer is certifying maintenance. Okay,
Okay.
so I didn't have to prove any financial thing to the UK
Okay.
government when I was
Okay.
applying for visa. Yeah.
I see. I see. So with that financial maintenance that your employer takes, what does that cover for you in the UK?
Oh, actually, I have no clue what that covered.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
one thing that I know is if you are coming in, let's say alone or with family, and it's take DS, then the UKVI will not be asking any proof of funds from you as an individual.
Okay.
Okay. But if it
Okay.
is ticked no, then the
Mm.
UKVI will be demanding a proof of finance. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that is
Okay.
one thing that I know.
Okay. So, but let's be clear, while you're here, you're paying your rent yourself, you are
Yeah.
supporting yourself, so the school is not doing any of that for you. Okay.
Okay, so with me, I was so fortunate. After I had the COS, I was assigned to an HR who guided me through the
Mm-hmm.
process on what to do next. I
Mm-hmm.
kept communicating with her on what to do next. So
Mm-hmm.
when I got my visa, remember one more thing, let me go back a bit. With mine, remember, I got that job from an agency. So I was told that I was to take up all my costs of relocation.
Okay. Okay.
So I took up all my cost of relocation, including my visa fee, my health charge. I had to pay all that myself. Yes.
Okay.
And it also included planning for my own accommodation when I come in. But fortunately for me, I had my HR ask other teachers, other colleague teachers that I'll be joining, that if someone could accommodate me for a while as I look for my
Yeah.
own accommodation. Yes.
Oh wow. Oh
So
wow.
I got fortunate and had one teacher who opted
Mhm.
to host me. And this
Wow.
teacher has been so wonderful. They've hosted
Oh
me for almost a month.
wow. That
Yeah.
is very kind. That's very kind of them. That is
Yeah,
very, very
almost a
good of
month.
them.
And
Wow.
I later on searched for my own accommodation and paid for it myself, and I'm in it.
Okay. Okay. That's very good.